and welcome to the Crafty Diamond. I am Debbie. If you are new, welcome. If you are not new, welcome back. Today is my weekly WIP Chat or work in progress where I plan on working on my diamond painting. You are welcome and encouraged to work on whatever you want to, or you can treat it like you would a podcast. Hope everyone is doing well. Thanks so much for tuning in. I also wanted to show you what my secret Santa from the Georgia diamond painting meetup gave me, and I absolutely love it. I'm not going to say her name because I did not ask, have not gotten permission yet to even say her first name, so I'm not going to, but I want to show you because it's really special and it is a very lovely gift. So first of all, she got me this gorgeous throw. I'm always cold, always, always, always. And I absolutely love butterflies. They are one of my favorites. So it has butterflies on it. It's very soft. I even used it at the event that I went to. I also have some Lindor candy, which I love. And then we have a trinket tray. And my granddaughter, we're going to see if she will call me Mimi. So right now, that is my name from her. And so that says Mimi on here with a butterfly. And then if you flip it over, we have butterflies on the back, which I love. And I also have a trash pot here. I don't have a trash pot like this. And it also has a top. So absolutely beautiful. Also, she gave me a coaster. I don't have any coasters, or any resin coasters, I should say. I've got coasters, but I don't have any like this. And so all of this matches. I cannot wait to put this on my diamond painting table and start to use all of this. So I am really excited and I am very, very appreciative. I am very blessed to have all of you in my life, and I am just feeling so loved and so accepted in the community. I hope that everyone has a very happy holiday. I also am going to have my holiday premiere, and that is going to be on Christmas Eve at 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Premiere is where I will actually be on there live, and I will be there to answer any questions that you have, or just to actually, comment with you back and forth in the comment box. And if you do not make the 10 o'clock, no worries, because it is recorded. So let's go ahead. I'm going to turn you around and let's get started. Okay, I think that I am ready. I am working on this section here, which is a large part of the river. I really want to get this finished by the end of this month, but we'll see, because even though it's a small canvas, I still have a lot to go. This was from Add More Zest, and it is a 30 by 40, so surely I can get this finished. There are 43 colors, so that's not too bad. I have some of this already done. I don't have a thumbnail for this, so I will take a picture of it and then put it in my logbook once I'm done. And definitely looking forward to getting this one finished. I do like the colors. I'm glad that I did buy it. I wasn't sure at first, but I'm having a lot of fun with it. I do have a new tray that I'm using. This is from Black Dahlia's holiday collection, and I really do like this tray. It has worked out really nicely, and I'll definitely buy more from Black Dahlia. Let's go ahead and get started. I already have my pen loaded. My multi-placer is loaded with wax, and it is putty. It is Home Sweet Home, and this is by Creations Marin. And then I do have my wax that I have loaded in my single placer, and that's from Patty Wax. I'm not sure what this scent is. It's one that I've had for a really long time, and it doesn't have the scent name on it. There was so much going on this past week that I ended up taking some notes so I'm not all over the place, and wanted to remember to update you guys on all the things that was going on. So
I took Paige to the doctor last Friday. I think that I mentioned that on my last WIP Chat. And she is still not doing any better. She's been on antibiotics since Friday. Last Friday, she did finish them over the weekend. I have contacted her doctor to see if she can send her another prescription in, or if I need to basically make an appointment. So I'm just waiting to hear back. I really hope that she just tells me I can make an appointment. That way I don't have to get Paige out. You know, it's cold out and it is a drive. And I hate it because it's so close to Christmas for her to be sick. It's a sinus infection. She just can't seem to get over it. More than likely, we are going to miss our Christmas Eve service this year. We had talked about going on the 23rd instead of the 24th because they do have services on the 23rd, 2 services on the 23rd, and then 5, I think, on the 24th. But they also have online. We can do online, which we will. It won't be the same because we won't take part in the candlelight service. I have plenty of candles around here. My husband said, well, we can each get a candle and light it. Yeah, we can do that. It's still not the same. And Paige says, you know, go ahead and go to church. I don't have to go. I don't want to leave her. I don't feel right leaving her for the church service. I know she loves that service. She would love to go. And I feel bad. Plus, if we go the time that we were planning on going on the 23rd, it's going to be dark before we get home. I don't like leaving her at night by herself. We wanted to get our nails done. My nails look terrible. I've been getting my nails done off because I wanted her and Madison to go with me, and it just doesn't look like it's going to happen. So I may end up having to go by myself. I could do my own nails, and I've been doing that, but I started thinking that I used to go every 2 to 3 weeks. I could put it off for 3 weeks, and I really miss getting my nails done. I mean, even though it's a lot cheaper doing it myself, it's relaxing for me to go get my nails done, and I can just sit back, let them do it, and I can just kind of enjoy myself, take a short break. Kept Claire for a couple of hours. I hadn't planned on it, but Madison's mother-in-law went back home on Tuesday, flew back home to California, and Kyle was going to take her, and he had a meeting for work that was early, and it was close to the airport. So he said that he could drop her off. She would have to wait a little bit. And she said that, you know, she didn't mind at all, that she would wait. Well, I don't know what happened, but she ended up not being ready in time for him to go. And he waited around as long as he could, and then he had to leave. And so Madison called me, asked me if I would take her to the airport, just drop her off. And I told her, you know, that I would be glad to. I don't like driving to the airport, but I said, you know, I'll do it if you want me to, if you need me to. And she said she didn't know any other way. She really didn't just want to go with the baby in the car. So I totally get that. And I ended up going over watching Claire, and Madison drove her to the airport, which I had the fun part. I really enjoyed being over there with her. She was sleeping for most of the time that I was there. My husband took off Wednesday through Friday. He had to get some days taken, or he was going to lose his days for the year. So he took Wednesday through Friday off, and that was really nice. We had some errands that we ran and some shopping, a little bit of shopping that we did. And there is a restaurant that is towards and past downtown Atlanta. It's a barbecue restaurant, but around Christmas, they make the best tamales. You have to order in advance. They only have X amount that they're going to sell. So I went ahead, and we don't do it every year, and it's been a couple of years since we've actually ordered the tamales and picked them up. So I rode down there with him. He doesn't mind downtown at all because he used to work downtown, and he still has to go to their corporate office on occasion downtown. So it doesn't bother him at all. whereas I hate driving downtown. And we went and got the tamales. He went in and he said that they had pages and pages of people, because you have to pay in advance, and people would come and get their tamales, and you had a certain time to go and get them. So we decided to get them a little bit early. They're still frozen, so we just put them in the freezer and I'll thaw them out. And then we ended up dropping some things off at Madison's for her, because it's just hard for her to get out with the baby. And it's just, if it was summer, it wouldn't be so bad, but it's cold and we didn't want to get her out. So we stopped by Madison's and dropped some things off. And then we did a couple more errands and came home. And then I did diamond paint quite a bit on Tuesday and Wednesday. Another thing that was really cool, there are a lot of Claire stories. I hope you guys don't mind. This is another Claire story. My ex-husband is a rather large man. He had played Santa before for I think it was a work event, and he had rented a costume or borrowed it from somebody who was going to do it, ended up not being able to, and he ended up buying a Santa suit. At least I guess he bought it, and because he had to, it came in, so I'm assuming he purchased it. But we didn't want Claire to get out, being around kids or anything yet, because she's still really little, and it's susceptible to all kinds of germs and things. And then also not knowing about her arm, so now we feel better with that. But he ended up dressing up as Santa, and of course he didn't have to, because Claire doesn't know, but he dressed up as Santa at Madison's apartment, and she dressed up the baby and took some of the cutest pictures. We could not have gotten any better pictures even if we had them done professionally, because she was in her element. It was her granddaddy. She, knew him, obviously. She was smiling at him. She was probably wondering why he looked so strange, but he has actually grown a beard, and he never was able to when we were married. And we were married for 25 years. We're together for 28, and he tried to grow a beard. Now that he's gotten older, he can. So the beard was his, and so she knew that it was him. And Madison took pictures just on her phone, and they turned out so cute. So at the end of this video, I'll put a couple of pictures in, and I asked Madison, she said it was fine. I'll put a couple of pictures in. He didn't care either. And it is so cute. He did a really good job. I was really impressed. And if I had been home, he did that on Saturday. If I had been home, I would have taken my dog over there, and he wouldn't have had a problem with that at all. But I wasn't at home, and I went to a diamond painting meetup, and it was a Georgia diamond painting. I've got more of these. It was a Georgia diamond painting meetup. It was so much fun. It's the first time I had met up with the Georgia group. There were 4, including myself, that met up. They say usually more show up. There were some that also did virtually. We did have some snacks that we took to the library, and it was just a really nice, fun time. They do it once a month, and I am hoping that I can go back in January. It's not that bad of a drive. It was around 45 minutes for me, and it was a beautiful drive because it was in the mountains. And it was just so much fun to be able to be around people that know what you're talking about. And they were saying, different artists that they really like, and, different companies. And it was just a blast. So if you ever get a chance to do that, or if you're considering maybe setting one up yourself, I highly recommend it, because I love going to the different retreats, but just take a couple of hours, out of your day once a month and get to meet other people. And it's just so much fun. You can talk about your craft. So I definitely want to get closer to these ladies, get to know them more, and just have a lot of fun with it. So that's one thing too that this community has really brought for me, is just a sense of having more people that really enjoy and understand your craft and that love the same thing that you do. And we have some really nice, amazing people in our community. So that was a lot of fun. That took almost all my day on Saturday. And I did take a mini canvas to do, and that was from Enabler's Outpost, and did that. That was a lot of fun. So I got one of those done. So I still have several more of those to go. So we'll see if I get back to that one. But it was easy to take too because it was so small. Next time I go, I'll take a larger size canvas to work on instead of a mini, but it was fun. And then I finished work officially on Thursday. I am off until the 3rd of January, which really is a weekend. So I'm off, I think, until the 6th. And then I have to start working and preparing for the spring. I'm probably going to go ahead and do some work next week just so I can get everything done and ready for the new semester. I don't have to rush and worry if I'm going to get it finished or not. So more than likely, that's what I'm planning on doing. But after today, which is Monday for me, I'm going to be off on my part-time job, so I don't have to log in or anything if I don't want to. So I plan on getting a lot of diamond painting in because I really want to get 5 more finishes in, which pretty much is impossible, but I am going to try. I am close to finishing my Advent canvas. That is the snowman. I worked really hard on that one. I did a section a day and posted that under the Lady Lathe Facebook group. Got that done every day, and since November the 16th. So that's almost done. I will be finished with that on Christmas Eve. And I am planning on working on the paintings that I'm really hoping to get finished by the end of the month. I'm going to work on those and just do one until I get it finished. Like for this one, this will be the next one that I'm going to continue working on because I think this will go fairly quickly. And then I have my other Advent. That one I stopped on day 11, so I don't think I'm going to get that one finished. I'll probably get it close to finishing. I would like to get the minis finished. And my best friend, I have made a diamond painting for her. That one's almost done. I haven't counted that yet. I have just one square left to do, one section of that one to do. And so that'll be the second one that I get done. This will be the third one. Maybe I will be able to get the little minis done, or maybe a smaller set of minis. So I don't know. We'll see. But I would like to get as many as possible in. And it's not for the finishes necessarily. I want to get as many as I can out of my WIPs and start in January. And I'm going to be refreshing my stash in January. And to do that, I need to get some of my diamond paintings that are older completed. I do have some of those that are on my WIPs, so that will be nice to get those completed. And then also I want to get my WIPs down to a manageable amount. I am thinking the manageable amount is going to be 8. I have 2 diamond paintings that I'm going to be doing for the entire year, and I'm counting those as part of my WIPs. I'm going to be doing a stitch along, a Heaven and Earth design stitch along, but I'm doing that as a diamond painting cross stitch conversion. And I'm going to show that to you guys on a different video when I get that set up. And I'm looking forward to that. That is a year-long event. If you complete certain amounts, you'll receive some patterns for free. And I just want to see if I can do it. There are certain patterns that you can only get for being part of the event. So I thought that would be really cool if I could get it done. And I haven't done a cross stitch conversion in a long time, and I've been itching to do one. So I'm hoping that I will be able to get a good jump start on that. We do get the pattern on the 1st. They send the pattern out to everyone on the 1st, and it is PDF only. So I'm going to be using Pattern Keeper, and I wouldn't use a copy anyway, paper copy. I'll be using Pattern Keeper for that. So that's one of my WIPs. And then I'm going to be doing the temperature chart. I have got to figure that out. I don't have very much longer to figure out what I want to do. I think I know what I want to do on that one, but I'm excited to start on the temperature project. I'm not going to go back to October. I thought about doing that for Claire's birthday, doing it with the day that she was born, that October, and then doing October through September, but I'm not going to do that because that means I'll already be behind 3 months before it even really gets officially started for 2026. So I'm just going to start with January and get that done. I think that'll be a lot of fun. I am using the temperature chart from Diamond Art Studio, and so those are the two that I have. I keep noodling, going back and forth on my WIP detox of what exactly that I want to do. I want to reduce it, but I'm not going to limit myself and say that I cannot kit up, because I know that if I do that, then it is not going to last very long for me trying to reduce my WIPs, because I will just get frustrated and I will want to kit up and I'll just say, forget it, I'm not going to do this anymore. I know exactly how my brain works. So I am going to spend the majority of my time on my WIPs. But if I want, or if I need to kit up something for an event or whatnot, I am going to do that. Now, as part of my logbook, I am going to keep up with how many WIPs that I start out with, and then at the end of each month, how many WIPs that I have. So that will also help to keep me motivated on, am I really getting more WIPs done, or am I just adding to the confusion? So I think that's going to be a big part of it, but I really would like to get them down. But I do enjoy having them, but then I have less finishes. And again, I'm not looking at numbers on finishes, but it's nice to have a finish and then I can move on and start on another one. I have gone through and I have about an hour or so left to get all of my diamond paintings onto my shelves. They were on there, but they were not in any kind of order. So I am getting close to doing that. I have several older ones that I am going to destash. And I have about 3 or 4 that I am just not sure about. I'm keeping those off to the side. I am counting them, but I'm keeping them off to the side to see what I want to do. I'm going to open them eventually and then see if I want to keep them and add them in, or keep them into my stash, or if I want to just destash those also. Another thing that I wanted to go over, and I wasn't sure when it would be the best time, if I should do it on a WIP Chat or if I should do it with my goals, but you may have seen on my intro that I don't have the beast on there anymore. I have been thinking long and hard about this. I had someone that offered to buy it from me. It is not what I paid for it, but it's going to a very good cause. And so I decided that I was going to part with it. and there's nothing wrong with it. It's a good canvas. There's nothing wrong with the company. That's the only thing that I have bought from Diamond Art Kiss. It's the only thing I've bought from the company, but I have decided for a multitude of reasons not to continue with it because I have osteoporosis. I also have arthritis. I have major arthritis in my left hand, which thank goodness isn't my dominant hand, and it's in my thumb. I've had surgery on that same hand, that thumb, and I may have to have surgery again on it. And whenever I go to pull that canvas out, I cannot leave it out because it was 16 feet. I can't leave it out because I have no place to leave it out. When I purchased that canvas, I did have a place in my other craft room. We hadn't really talked about, we had talked about moving, but we hadn't talked about what it was going to look like or anything like that. So once we moved and we downsized, my room is smaller, I don't have room to put it. I cannot keep picking that up and putting it on my table, especially the more drills that I'm adding to it, it's going to get extremely heavy. So heavy that I'm afraid that I can't just pick it up and have to move it from a closet onto my table. And then I have to have room on my table, which I don't. I do not have a long table. We do not have a dining room table anymore because we don't have a dining room since we downsized. And I just decided that rather than spending all of my time on that canvas and then worrying that I have to have Paige or somebody to help me lift it to put it onto my table, that I just decided I am going to part with it. And I had been thinking about it for a while. A friend of mine is a high school teacher. She teaches art, and she has her own art studio that is outside of the school. So she's really into art. She has an art room at the high school, and so she was asking, you know, how much that it was, because she had been over and she saw it. And so I told her how much that I paid for it. I got it at a discount when it was first went on sale, so I did get it for a discount. And she said, I know that I cannot pay that, but I would love to have one. And so I said, what if I sold this to you at a deep discount, and what would you do with it? And so after she told me, I thought this would go to a good home. Students would be able to work on it in different sections, and then she's going to put it up because it's for, you know, meditation, and she's going to put it up in her classroom. It may take them a while, but I thought, you know what, that is like one of the perfect things. It would work out very well for them and for me too. So I did get a little bit of money. It wasn't the money, I missed a J there. It wasn't the money per se for me because I'd already spent it, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to, and I'd already worked on it some. And so I knew I wouldn't be able to get the entire amount back. So I wasn't really, and there's no way I could have mailed it. I would have had to either give it to, you know, Goodwill or someplace like that. And they're not going to want that. Nobody's going to want to buy it. And I would be giving it away for free, which would have been okay too. But it all worked out. So I am no longer going to be doing the Beast. It is removed from my intro. I am going to be updating my intro because it's not where I want it to be, but I'm doing that over the holidays. So the intro will be a little different when you see it in January, but just wanted to give you guys a heads up on that one. The same person also purchased, I was working on a mystery diamond painting from Diamond Art Club. That one I wasn't sure if I wanted to do because I knew pretty much what it looked like. I had seen it. And I was working on it anyway because I had it. It came in a box that I had. And so she was looking at that. She's like, I think a mystery would be a really good, because she's looking at different projects that they could do for next year. And so I offered her on that one. So I got rid of that one too, which that one was I was really indecisive about that one, but I thought there's other mysteries. I have several of them. So I went ahead and did that. And then unfortunately with my Josephine wall, and this is again, all me. It was the first one that I had gotten from Diamond Painting Deutschland. I had opened it and I didn't know anything about double-sided adhesive when I did open it. It has been hanging up since early February 2024. And we have moved 3 times, I think, since then. And the move didn't help. There was one house that I had to put it in their basement, which was awful. It was one of the worst investments we've ever done. We didn't stay there very long when we found out all the issues of that house. But I had it in that basement area, and when I started working on it this year in April, I knew. I thought this is going to be a problem. And I kept pulling back the cover, and you have to really be careful with double-sided adhesive. I thought that I was being careful, but there were so many rivers, deep rivers in the canvas, and I tried to get those off to be able to work through all of those and to get them out, and it just wasn't going to happen. So I ended up having to get rid of that one, and I hated it because I love Josephine Wall. I really enjoy Diamond Painting Deutschland. Again, it was my fault. Nobody's fault but mine. I still have 2 more from Diamond Painting Deutschland in my stash. They're not open. They are in the tube. Tube hasn't even been open. Those I purchased in 2024. But that one, I couldn't work it. So that's 3 that's out of my stash now. Also, I am waiting on my Cyber Monday mystery box from Diamond Art Club. That one I am starting to worry about because everybody else has pretty much gotten theirs on the mystery box. It should be 3 diamond paintings, and it may not be a mystery. It may just be, you don't know what you're getting. You may get a mystery canvas, you may not. But I was really looking forward to that one. I'm going to contact Diamond Art Club today. Their customer service is really good, so I'm not concerned about it in the fact of possibly getting my money back, because I'm sure that all of the diamond paintings, I'm sure that they're out of stock at this point of those. But it has been sitting, and it says that the dispatch company had gotten it in Georgia on the 17th of December, and it sat, and then finally on the 8th, well, I shouldn't say finally, no, it was 16th. It's got there on the 16th. It sat there. I got another update on the 18th of December stating that it was loaded on a truck. It's not even in the city that I live in. It is a city outside of Atlanta, but it's like 2 hours from me. It has been sitting on that truck, saying it's loaded on the truck now since the 18th. Today's the 23rd, or 22nd. So it's been sitting there, and then yesterday I got a message saying that it's been loaded onto another truck, same city, and that it was out for delivery. Then I got a message this morning saying that the delivery is going to be delayed due to weather. Okay, we've had great weather here. We've had great weather in the city where it is right now. So I'm not sure if my box got lost and the dispatch company is trying to find it, or what's going on. So I'm going to contact Diamond Art Club today and see if they can look at it and see what they think. It may be fine, but I've never had this problem before with the shipping like this, especially with Diamond Art Club. and I've been purchasing for them for a very long time. So I don't know, and I don't know why it's in that other city, because again, it's 2 hours from me. They're not going to deliver unless they're going to deliver from there to here. It should never even have gotten there. It should have come straight to the warehouses here from that same dispatch company, and it didn't. So I don't know what's going on, but I am really bummed because I have not bought a mystery box in a very long time. I bought one of the first ones that they did a few years ago, and that one, I think we had gotten like 5 in there or something. It was a lot more than what we have now, and I was really bummed because I really didn't like anything that was in there. I did destash it, but I thought I'm not going to ever do this again because, you know, that's just the price you pay. Then all of a sudden, I thought, well, this will be kind of fun, and I can get a mystery, and whatever the mystery is, I'll just do it. And now that my box is missing, well, I say it's missing, it may not be, but now that I don't have my box, then I'm sad about it. So I'll have to keep you guys posted. I planned on doing a video showing me unboxing the mystery box, but we'll see if I'm able to do that if I can get my box. So I'll have to keep you guys posted on that. I do have my premiere coming up on Christmas Eve at 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern time. And if you don't know what the holiday premiere is, there are, I don't know how many creators that come together around the holidays. They've been doing this for years. This is my 3rd year of doing the Christmas premiere, and it's not live, but we are there live at our time. So I will be in the comments, and I can comment and I can respond to you guys from 10 until 11 on the premiere day. And it's just to keep people company during the holidays. Some people may not have not have a place to go, or they may, just want to be around people, but from their home or whatever. And then, of course, like with me, whenever I need a break from, a lot of family activities and things, then I can go and I can watch a video and I can go back and everything's good. But it's a lot of fun, and I cannot see. I'm right. I may have to redo this one little part here because I cannot see there. But it's a lot of fun, and we can do just whatever we want. Mine is based on Christmas traditions, so I'd love for you to watch it if you have time. And of course, it's recorded. You can watch it at any time, but it will not go live until 10 o'clock Eastern on Christmas Eve. And then you can do a playlist, and there will be somebody right behind me, somebody in front of me, and it will go on from Christmas Eve until Boxing Day, and that's a day after Christmas. So you might find some new content creators that you like to watch. I have been watching Christmas classic movies that my mom and I used to watch all the time. Miracle on 34th Street. We've watched Rudolph, watched Frosty as I was working on my snowman, and watched several others. Santa Claus is Coming to Town. I've been reading Christmas books to Claire, and then been listening to Christmas songs every chance that I get. I love Christmas songs. On books, on Audible, I have been listening to the Secrets of Redemption series. I am on book 7. I started that one because it was free on Audible. And then I got a couple, I think I got 3 actually that were free on Audible. And then from there, I had to pay for the rest. I am enjoying the series, but it's starting to me to get a little silly. It's not, it's good, but it's just, I don't know. Now the narrator is starting to annoy me. I think I've been listening to it too much. I did finish the In Death series. I have finally gotten that one finished. I've been listening to that one for years. The next one I think comes out in February, and I love to listen to that one. So I'm really glad I got caught up. I hated being so behind. I'd gotten behind, and it's taken me all year to get caught up. But that's pretty much it of what I have been watching, listening to, and reading. So let me know in the comments what you're working on, if you're working on anything. I hope everyone's doing well. If you celebrate Christmas like we do, I wish you a very Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and also I'll be back before New Year's, but I am really looking forward to the new year, what I'm going to accomplish in my channel, also with my diamond painting, and then family life. Hope that you enjoyed this video. Take care, and until next time, happy diamond painting. Bye.